So spring has just sprung, but for a lot of parents, summer right around the corner. And for those considering sending kids to summer camp, now is the time to start planning. For many families, finding the right fit can feel overwhelming, from cost to safety concerns.
So here with some expert advice is Lisa Gittleson from the Fresh Air Fund. So good morning to you, Lisa.
Good
Great
morning.
to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, as a parent, trying to find a camp, a summer camp for kids is just so overwhelming.
Yeah.
And there's so many camps to choose from. But are there red flags that can come up that we should look out for?
So you definitely want to make sure that the camp is approved by the American Camping Association. You want to check on what their safety plans are, and I would recommend looking at their history.
Yeah, but a big factor for so many is cost. I mean, a lot of these camps cost a lot of money. So is there any kind of help that parents should do to ensure that their kids get the best camp experience, but also they can afford it?
So camping can cost up to $20,000 a summer per child
crazy.
at this point. And a recent survey of American parents showed that 80% felt that sleepaway camp and camping should be free every summer. I do think it should be like public school. It should be available to all kids. There are some scholarships out there, and there are camps like ours at the Fresh Air Fund that run without fee to families.
Yeah. How do you find those camps, though?
There are many websites that I would certainly recommend looking at, but if you Google scholarships for camping, you're going to find some of those, and also camps without fees.
Now, you mentioned the
Yeah.
Fresh Air Fund. You host how many? 6 free summer camps?
We run 6 free summer camps, and this summer we'll serve a little over 2,000 youth without fee to their families.
So how do families get through that application process, and how do you go about selecting what family you pick?
Sure. So we have a website, thefreshairfund.org, where you can apply. The application is pretty straightforward, but we also have a huge team that is on standby to help families fill out those application forms.
And how many kids do you have every summer?
We will get about 6,000 to 7,000 applications, and we will serve about 2,000.
So how do you
youth.
whittle that down?
A lot of it is going to be by match of first come, first serve, and if we have space in the camp. All of the camps have different themes and focuses, so it's going to kind of matter which one we match you up with.
Okay, so you had mentioned looking for a camp that has a good safety plan in place. Is there a certain ratio that parents should look out for, counselor to student or counselor to camper?
Sure. It depends a little bit on the age of kids, but there should be somewhere between 8 and 6 staff members for every kid at every camp.
Oh, wow.
That's the staffing issue, but then obviously a lot of folks are looking at safety plans, specifically about what happened in Texas with the floods there last year and the camp that didn't have an appropriate safety plan. What should you look out for? What questions should you ask?
I mean, the first thing to ask is, does your camp have safety plans, and will you share those with me? You should have a right to see those. You should want to make sure that your child is going to be safe. The safety plan should be comprehensive, it should be detailed, and it should have a lot of information about how communication is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, and being able to communicate with kids, I mean, it depends on what age they are, right? And how do you know that your child is at an age where they're ready to go to a sleepaway camp, ready to follow these safety plans and understand them?
This is a great question. Your child should have some skills of independence. They should definitely be like dressing themselves in the morning. They should be getting themselves ready for school in the morning. That doesn't mean they have to make their lunch, but they know what goes in their backpack kind of, and think about that. And you should have a child who's interested in making friends. Even if they're shy, if they're interested in making friends, that's a really good sign that your child is ready to go to sleepaway camp.
Yeah. Also, there's day camps too. I mean, that's the other option altogether. I know I was a big fan of day camp, not necessarily sleepaway camp, but Lisa, good information all around. Thank you for being here. And don't forget, check out their website, freshairfund.org, right?
Thank you.